Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Make sure you go to theannuityman.com. Before we get started on this, go there, get my books. We'll ship you my books, listen to my podcast, all that stuff. Yes, I am the top agent in the country. I do sell annuities when they're appropriate and suitable, but not all the time. Not all the time it fits, because there's a lot of people that call me and say, I want this to happen with the annuity, and I'm going, no, it's not going to happen. I only sell contractual guarantees. So if it's not going to happen contractually, then I'm not going to recommend it. So today we're talking about rocking the budget, man. Rock and roll. What is rocking the budget? Annuities can rock a budget. I'm kind of a free spirit. I don't know if you caught that. But my wife, budget. And I have some clients that they're just all about the budget. They can tell you their income stream calculated in inflation 17 years from now. They're in it. But annuities can help you, what I call rock the budget, and be a better budgeter because of the contractual guarantees that they provide. So we're going to talk about that today and how that fits and how it might fit in your situation. It might not. That's fine. One of the things you need to understand about annuities, they're not for everybody. It's not a one-size-fits-all. There's no square peg into a round hole. It might not be for you, but it might, and let's look at the ways that annuities can rock that budget and can help you budget and can help you plan after this. All right, for all of you, what I call box checkers out there, you know who you are. You have the plans, you make the list, you always got lists everywhere in your planning. Same thing with when you budget for your life, your lifestyle, your retirement. You have these lists, you have these boxes, you're checking off the boxes. So how do annuities help you rock that budget? First of all, understand annuities were put on the planet in the Roman times for lifetime income. It's the only product out there, period, of all products that can provide a lifetime income stream, meaning you can never outlive it. There's not another product that does it. Annuities have a monopoly on that. You already own the best annuity on the planet, inflation annuity on the planet. That's called Social Security. If you have a pension, that's an annuity. These things pay for life. So when you're looking at budgeting, either currently or for retirement, or if you're in retirement, you need to fill a gap, lifetime income can help you fill that gap. I'll give you an example. I had a person call the other day and they said, well, I've got this plan, it's detailed, but right now we're missing about $1,000 a month. Me and the wife are missing $1,000 a month that it's part of the income floor. We'd like to be there. So what we did was we ran a reverse engineered immediate annuity quote solving for $1,000. In other words, quoting all carriers, how much money will it take to create $1,000 contractually per month for both him and his wife? Pretty simple quote. The other thing I asked him is, if you die early, do you want the money to go to the beneficiaries and the evil annuity company not to keep a penny? The answer was yes, so we put on what's called an installment refund, meaning that when they die, both of them die, payments are going to go to the beneficiaries until the money's gone. But the bottom line is we filled in that $1,000 gap, which is a great thing, okay? The question then came, well, Stan, what about inflation? The problem with inflation and annuities, and I'm the only person that's probably going to tell you this, because most agents say, yeah, I've got one that'll adjust with inflation. No. Annuity companies have the big buildings for a reason. If they have an inflation component to an income stream on the annuity, all they're going to do is lower the payment as compared to the same exact annuity without that inflation increase. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. If it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time with annuities, no exceptions. But filling in the gap for an income floor, what's an income floor? Social Security, pension, if you have rental income or dividend income, and then what is that gap that needs to be filled? For you box checkers out there and planners, that's the way to go about it. In a second, I'll tell you another way. Hey, another way to use annuities to rock that budget is if you want to plan for future income. There's a lot of very good products that you can know contractually to the penny what the income stream is going to be in the future. Remember, all lifetime income stream payments with annuities, regardless of type, is primarily based on your life expectancy or life expectancies at the time you take the payment. Interest rates play a secondary role. People always talk about interest rates. It's about life expectancy. So, you don't want the life expectancy tables to change against you. That's as drastic as interest rates changing. So with that, there are a couple of products that do solve for what I call income later. Income riders attached to some deferred annuities, a deferred income annuity, and a qualified longevity annuity contract can all have income starting at a future date that you choose. So for planners out there, that's fantastic. You go, you know what? We're retiring in 5 years. In 5 years, I project X amount that we're going to need in 5 years. I can go reverse engineer that quote, quoting all carriers and all product types, the income riders, qualified longevity annuity contracts, deferred income annuities, to find the highest contractual guarantee for your specific situation. Once again, the inflation question, what happens with inflation? There's not a perfect solution for that with annuities. The best way to combat inflation using annuities is to have income streams starting at future dates. So let's just say you have 5 more years until you retire. So what we'll do is we can run a quote solving for a specific dollar amount monthly starting in 5 years, and then we can buy another annuity with income starting in 7 years, and then one starting at 10 years. In other words, we don't know what inflation is going to be, and in some cases there's pretty good argument for deflation. But let's just say there's hyperinflation or whatever. We can also, at the time inflation hits and at the time you need more income, that income floor needs to be filled, we can buy an immediate annuity at that time. But there is no product that just automatically adjusts for inflation. If there was, those would be the only videos that I did. That would be the only product that you know about. Once again, though, if it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time with annuities. And you always buy the steak, not the sizzle. You're going to own the contractual realities, so don't buy the dream, buy the contractual realities. And with all of this planning, if you're a planner, you're also going to be someone that wants to read before you sign. We can get you the specimen policies. We can get you the actual application so there'll be no surprises. Whatever information you need, we can get you information on the carrier that you choose. But whatever information you need to make you feel comfortable that you can make your decision informed on your terms and on your time frame, don't hesitate to ask. And if anyone out there is trying to sell you an annuity and they say, well, yeah, I'm not going to get you a specimen policy, then you need to leave. Annuities are contracts. There's no urgency to buy them. Even though we have to shop all carriers and they're commodity quotes, there's no urgency to buy. You have to understand the contractual guarantee, feel comfortable with it, and understand that this is what the annuity is going to do. Okay? This is the contractual guarantee. All right, so consistent, contractual, keeps you on track. All this sound pretty good, right? For people out there that are planners, kind of like me, I'm kind of an OCD lister person, obsessive compulsive disorder, but I function well. But my wife is a big time planner. She likes things in order. She likes to know exactly what's going to happen. And we're always having these yearly dinners where I take her out and I go, okay, when I die, this is exactly what's going to happen. And this is the file that it's in. And this is the emergency file that you take if the hurricane hits. We have those plans in place. What annuities can do is provide those contractual guarantees so you know what's going to happen. In a world where it seems like we never know what's going to happen day to day, we're currently at the time of this tape in COVID and election season and global politics, and it just seems like chaos. It seems like the world's on fire sometimes. What's not on fire is an annuity contract because it's a contract. Now you have to choose a carrier that's going to be able to back up the claims paying ability of that guarantee, but we can help you with that. And representing pretty much all carriers, we can provide quotes with the strongest carriers on the planet. People always ask me, I got a call the other day, and it was from a client. All this stuff was going on, and he was kind of concerned about just geopolitics and what was happening. And he bought an A++ company. I'm not going to mention the name, but his comment was, hey Stan, what happens if this A++ company goes out of business? And my comment to him is, me and you are in the bread aisle of the grocery store and we're punching each other for that bad white bread, loaf bread. We used to call it in the South bunny bread. That's what's happening, is anarchy. And I'm not saying annuity companies are foolproof or the best thing since sliced bread, but they are more regulated than banks. They're not smarter than banks, they're more regulated than banks. There's a lot of rules in place that do not allow annuity companies, life insurance companies, to take big risks with your money. They have to do things within the law, and that's the reason you don't see a lot of hiccups in the industry, and we can show you those stats as well. But at the end of the day, if you're planning, if you're trying to rock that budget, if you're trying to budget either for now or budget for the future, annuities have their place. And I would encourage you to go to theannuityman.com and get all of my books, listen to my podcast. The podcast is called Fun with Annuities, which I know that sounds crazy, but we do have some fun with it because they do have their place. They don't fit for everybody, but for a lot of people, they do fit very well. But I would encourage you to schedule a call with me one-on-one. You're not going to get the next person that answers the phone like with some of my competitors who I love, but they're just, it's a bank of people, and whoever you call next, that's who you get. We have remained a boutique firm for a reason, is because I want to talk to you. All recommendations come through moi. I'm going to look at your stuff. I'm hopefully going to talk to you one-on-one. We're going to come up with a plan, and don't be shy to set that appointment, because it's not going to be some sales pitch. It's going to be me and you having an adult discussion one-on-one. So with that, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man video.